let's start recording and run Unity 2018.4.19 F1, create a new project, and this is going to replace the old project in which I created an ocean because it turns out standard assets that I was asking you to get from the Unity's asset store no longer exists on the Unity asset store because Unity is no longer willing to maintain it. Its water is still very good. The rest of it may or may not work in the latest versions of Unity. So I'm going to call this ocean from standard assets on canvas. All right, so if we do that, it's going to be creating it. It's going to take a few seconds to create it. Load everything up. And just have to be patient while it's doing this and wait for it to load up. It may take quite a bit longer on slower computers. It all depends on many factors, including the fact that it also depends on Unity's which version of Unity you're using and things like that. Hopefully everybody is using the same version, 2018.4.19 F1. And what I want to do, if you notice, this screen isn't exactly like the screens that you've seen before. By default, when Unity comes up, it looks like, there it is, it looks like that. I don't happen to like it. I happen to like, I'm going to say 2x3, which is pretty cool, except I want my hierarchy down here so I have more space. And then I want the, let's see, console. And I'm going to put it at the bottom here. So it's all in there and I can see everything. All right. So if you wanted to know how to get my specific windowing thing, that's how I do it. So now I'm going to create an empty game object, call it an ocean, because that's where my ocean is going to go. And then I'm going to import standard assets. Except instead of importing it from the asset store, I'm going to open this. If you go to our class, files, Unity packages, that's this, you will see this. And this standard assets is what I want. I'll download it. There it is. I downloaded it earlier as well, so that's why you see the second one when I was testing this. Close this, I don't need this anymore. And I can do this, assets, import package, custom package, from downloads. They're both the same package. I downloaded it twice. I'll import this. And that's what it should be named when you see it. Open. It takes a little bit of time to load, and it's there. Now I could import everything, which is the simpler thing to do, but this results in a fairly large project. I could also import only parts of this, because all I'm really using here is water, and it might not be a bad thing to do. So I'm going to kind of do this. And I'm not going to import any of the sample scenes. I don't want any of the 2D stuff. I don't want camera control. I don't want characters. You might. I don't even want cross-platform input. I do want the editor because some of the stuff has to do with water and water 4. This is used in cross-platform input. So let me enter. Effects. There might be some effects being used by this, so I'm going to keep it. Environment. Okay, so here's where I have to import water. However, I don't need I don't need trees, I don't need terrain right now. I do want water. So we'll leave that on. Some fonts, they don't take up a lot of space. No particle systems. Particle systems are very useful for things like smoke and stuff. Prototyping, forget it. Utility, there's some utilities and they're all basically scripts, but you know they depend on stuff over here and stuff, and so I'm not going to import any utilities. I don't want any vehicles because I want to make my own. But if you wanted them, you can have them, and you should actually explore them. What I suggest is you import everything in your own, not for this assignment, for when you're playing for your project and other things, and then you can explore what's there and use it in your game. Okay, so I'm going to import a very small subset of everything. I hope it's exactly what I need. It imports really quick. Pretty fast because I'm not importing a lot of things. So there it is. It goes in. Okay. So let's see if water's there. Environment, water, water for advanced, prefabs. Okay, I want this to be listed. Okay, so that's what I want. I put it in ocean and I have it, no errors, and I'm good to go. All right. You can then follow the rest of the tutorial, follow along with the rest of the tutorial. Okay? All right, so back to the rest of it. Once I've got water, we can go forward from here.